afternoon, friends. Hope you're doing well. It is a overcast day, thankfully. Actually, the sun was out earlier when I was pruning roses and cutting the grass, so it feels good that it's behind the clouds right now. What we're going to tackle today is this green stalk. So I've already harvested peppers. This is a pineapple sage, which I cut back every year. But basically, I'm going to take everything out of the pockets that's still here, except for a couple things. There's an established salvia, this one, and also an established white sage, leaving those guys. But the peppers are coming out. The squashes are coming out. There's not much left. Everything's really pretty degraded at this point. And we're going to put in some fresh soil, some fertilizer, and lettuces. Mostly all lettuces, a whole variety of them. I do have two types of broccoli I'm putting in here. One is called Artwork, and it just sends up like broccolini type spires, so it's not a very big plant, and also a broccolini. So I'm going to put these guys on the top tiers because they need a little bit more space, but for the most part, they'll be just fine in here. So this is in addition to the broccoli we have out in the front garden that's doing great. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get this all cleaned out. I'm also going to take off these supports. This is for when we had the squashes here and they were draped over. Can pull all this off. That makes it easier to turn this thing all the way around. But yeah, just cleaning out all the pockets and getting this all planted up with winter stuff. And I'm looking forward to that. It'll be fun. It'll be quick. It's satisfying because then it's all done and it's nice and tidy, and it's something that we can use all the time. This is in our backyard, and so it is real close to the kitchen. I can just come out here and grab lettuces whenever I want. So you might notice that some of these pepper plants are doing well. Like this is a Pequeño. When it's looking really green like this and looking good, I might pull that out, pop it in a pot, and overwinter it in the greenhouse. But not many of them are looking that way. This one still has a lot of flowers on it, but didn't give me, this is a Jimmy Nardello. All the Jimmy Nardellos did this weird thing. They all did this weird thing with the pepper where it is curled like this. And I've read that this is generally a water issue, but it makes it really hard to use them. So I'm not actually going to save these pepper plants. I'll just start new ones for next year for Jimmy Nardello. But yeah, otherwise, if I see a good plant, I'll take it out and I'll pot it up and put it in the greenhouse. Otherwise, everything is going to the compost. So I've got the green stalk all planted up. Everything in there. There was a couple varieties of lettuce, a red leaf and a bib lettuce, nothing special. And then I did a pruning on the first round of Flowers for the Mums. There's actually a bunch of blooms right underneath that. Little tiny guys haven't started coming out yet. So what we're going to do next is plant a couple of perennials. These are tiny guys that I just got in the mail. This one is an Autumn Joy sedum, and it gets 24 to 28 inches high by 32 spread. It is rabbit resistant, which is important because we have this little bunny that likes to come in our yard here and eat all the clover out of the yard. It's super cute. Oddly enough, maybe because it's mostly a clover lawn, the rabbit doesn't bother anything else. Like everything else is fine. So this guy wants full sun to partial shade. In this location that I'm going to put it in, it will get full sun in the morning and then it'll get shade in the afternoon. And sedums kind of need that out here because when we get really, really hot, they struggle. So I've got a little hole right here. This will be a perfect spot for it because it can fill in this space over time. We've got Lady's Mantle right here. And then this is a flowering maple that should not be here. I didn't plant it, just kind of showed up. So this bed has also helichrysum and lamb's ear and a ton of daffodil and other spring bulbs in it. So this will be a really good spot. The soil is nice and loose. We are not using fertilizer here because sedum does not want that. Does not like to be fertilized. Okay, take it out of this living pot. I could just plant the whole thing in the pot, but I'm not going to do that. Okay. Yeah, it was recently rained on, so it's got lots of water in the inside the root ball, so it doesn't need to be watered in. You don't want sedums to have too much water or they will rot. So I'm hoping this guy will fill out and get nice and big and look really pretty right here. It will give us late summer and fall color. Okay, next up, we are going to work on this bed here, which was just started, I think late spring. And it's mostly got some perennials in it, but there are a few coleus and things like that that will die off over the winter. It's looking rough because rats got in here and really went to town. But what we do have is some really pretty hostas. We've got heuchera. We've got a bunch of ajuga in here that has been eaten, but it'll start coming back. And then, like I said, some coleus. And then what we're going to put in here now is two, because these guys get huge, acanthus. So these guys, this particular variety is called Whitewater, and it's got pink and cream flowers in the summer. But these get huge. They get up to 4 feet tall and about 3 feet wide. So I'm going to put these kind of in the back of the border here. They will get nice and big. They want part to full shade. It really can't handle sun. And so this is perfect. This gets a little bit of afternoon sun, maybe about an hour. Then that's it. So yeah, we're gonna pop these guys in. I have two. I'm gonna put one right over here and one right over there, and they will really provide some really cool structure once they get going. These are perennials, so I don't really expect them to get big and start looking amazing for probably another 2 years. They will put on some growth, but it's not gonna be huge. Their third year, they're gonna be amazing. Started this bed in the spring by putting down cardboard and covering it with about 6 inches of compost. And the cardboard has rotted away now, and we just have nice compost leading to the native soil. All right, nice big taproot there. Okay, there's one. Okay, more green stalk work, this time with the herb green stalk. This is our last job for the day, but hopefully you can see how crazy exploding this green stalk is with herbs. I am going to cut a bunch for drying, hanging and drying. Not everything will get cut for that, but I do want to do a major cutback. That will allow it to give me maybe one more flush before the first frost set in. These herbs, for the most part, do fine over through frost. They kind of stop growing, but they don't usually die. So that's why I want to get as many flushes as possible so we can dry these, put them in containers in the kitchen, and replenish our stock. So I'm just going to get started. What do we have here? We've got different types of oregano. I've got Greek and Italian oregano. We've got lemon balm, some chamomile, but not really enough to do anything with. Lots of parsley. We've got thyme, tons of thyme, English thyme. We've got a lot of catmint as well. So yeah, we're just going to take a whole selection. I will take little bunches, rubber band them up, and then we'll hang them in the garage on my drying rack. And in a couple of weeks, they'll be ready to crunch up and put in jars. Okay, so harvested some. There's still a lot on here, but I ran out of rubber bands, so it is what it is. So what we've got is a whole lot of catnip. This obviously will come in handy for Raven. It also makes just a great tea for humans too. It's really good for upset stomachs. So just like any member of the mint family. So if you're growing catnip and you don't have a cat, you can eat it too. All right, then we have two varieties of parsley, although I've kind of mixed them here. We've got a flat leaf and the curly leaf parsley. Those will get dried. And then we have oregano. It's it starts to spill over and then it wants to curve back up towards the sun, so it's bouncy. Anyway, we've got oregano here for drying. And then we've got some culinary sage. And I wish I had more of this lemon balm. I do have some lemon balm in the front garden, so maybe I'll go see if I have some that I can dry, but this is my favorite for tea. So what I'm going to do is hang those in the garage, and since they're fresh and green, it will take a couple of weeks for them to really dry up, so that then I can crunch them up and store them. So that's going to be it for today, you guys. Thanks so much for hanging out. I hope you enjoyed that little day of garden work. Feels really good to have that green stalk planted up with stuff we can use now, because the stuff that was in there was just kind of old and tired and was no longer producing. And I still have more sedum that I need to plant. I think the original place I was going to put it is not going to work. That was going to be in the front garden, but the rats are still eating everything out there. However, the onions did survive overnight, so see how long that lasts. But I don't know that I can put the sedum out there without losing it. And so I think I might put it along the front walk, but I don't know if it's going to get enough sun there. So we'll see. Maybe it'll end up back here in the cottage garden or here along the border where there's actually just grass right now. Who knows? Haven't made any decisions yet. In any case, I still have some beautiful sedums to plant, so we'll need to get that done. And I have more violas that I'm going to plant in our basil tower. So all the basil has pretty much died back. It's looking really rough. It's time to pull it out. That single Super Tunia Vista bubblegum that was on the top went enormously crazy. I loved it. I enjoyed it so much. I cut it back many times and it kept giving me more flowers. That is ready to come out too. So we'll replace all the soil in those tiers and we'll just plant it all up with a whole bunch of violas, and they'll stay all winter long. It'll look nice and pretty. I just need to get my hands on a bunch more. They've been harder to come by this year. So yeah, I've got one 6-pack, but I need more for that tower. And I'm not sure yet what the color story is going to be. And maybe on the top, we'll put some cyclamen. Who knows? I haven't decided yet. All right, thanks so much for hanging out. I hope you have a wonderful time in your garden. Have a great weekend. If I'm still feeling good tomorrow, we're going to go out to the farm and get a little bit of work done out there, including starting to harvest some seeds. And I also have some more seeds that I need to start, things that just didn't germinate, like Cynoglossum, some of the Scabiosa and stuff. So I will want to start a new round, so we'll have enough seedlings to put in the ground this month. Thanks again for hanging out. Hope you have a wonderful time in your garden, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.